All right, Chrissy, thank you. Okay, I have a question for you. Do you dream of the day that you're going to clock out of work and you're never going to come back? But Chrissy giggles. But retirement still feels so far away. Where our friend Chase Wilsey is here to help we all dream of that, Chase. I mean, we love what we do, right? We love working.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just dream what it would feel like not to do that.
You dream of vacationing, you dream of maybe golfing. I mean, there's a lot to do in retirement. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely in the top of people's minds a lot of time.
It seems like nowadays the retirement age is all over the place. Many years ago, it was usually very standard. There was a certain year and everybody just pieced out. Now
65 and out.
Yeah. What is the age now?
I mean, the age, it does vary. I mean, there's a lot of people, and it varies as well because retirement is so different for each person. I mean, we have some clients in their 70s that are like, I love my job, I love going in still, and I don't want to retire. We have other clients that are 50 and they say, I hate my job, I want to retire tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just so variable, and it really depends on how you want your life to look. And retirement for some people now, I mean, as the life expectancy continues to grow, retirement could be 40 years potentially. It's a long runway for some people.
Okay, but that 40 years, you need to have money to be able to take care of yourself in that 40 years. So how much money do you need to realistically set aside if you're going to retire, let's say at like 50?
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard question. I mean, there's so many variables that come into play here. You got to understand, obviously, your sources of income in retirement, especially if you're retiring at 50, you're missing one of those components. You're not going to get Social Security. It's a little bit harder to tap your retirement accounts. There's something called a 72T where you can actually start to take your retirement accounts, but generally there are penalties if you're under age 59 and a half. So the amount of money that you need is going to depend. I mean, do you own your home? Do you have rental properties? What does your lifestyle want? What do you want it to look like? Are you going to retire outside of California? If you retire to, let's say, Texas, a heck of a lot easier to live there than in California when things are so expensive. So you have to start questioning, what do you want that retirement to look like?
Okay, so let's just take California, for example, since we are here in San Diego. If you want to retire here in San Diego, how much money do you need?
Well, again, it's so hard. If you own your home, you're not going to have to pay for, a living expense in terms of shelter costs. So, I mean, you're not going to need that. We have some clients that retire with $200,000 here in San Diego because they have pensions. They have, Social Security coming in. They have a rental property and they own their home. We have other clients that retire with $2 million. Because their lifestyle is so much more expensive. So it is a hard thing. I mean, I always tell people we retire so many times every single year because we help clients through that every single year. But it's something that's so unique to you because hopefully you only need to do it once.
If you know that saying, if I knew then what I knew now. So let's say you're in that stage where retirement is there, you see it, but you're not there quite yet. Are there things that we could be doing now to prepare for that?
Oh, absolutely. The easiest thing you can do is start now. I mean, if you're like, I want to maybe do some traveling first, and you can still travel and enjoy your money, but also save for retirement. And I think a lot of times people think it's an either or. That's not the case. If you even start small, let's say in your 20s, that money compounds and it grows. And let's say you're in your 50s, it's like, I missed my chance to save for retirement. That's not true either. You got to start saving as soon as possible so you can enjoy those later years as well.
What about investing? It says like precious metals. We talk about gold and stuff like that, or
this is so important because investing is such a large component. If you just put all your money in a bank, let's say, you're not going to be able to retire because you're not going to have that compounding and the growth in the portfolio.
Right.
And a lot of times people are scared to invest in the stock market because, the volatility, I can't handle that. So they look for alternatives. There's actually, unfortunately, a recent report from a gold company. It's called Oxford Gold. And there's actually plaintiffs here in San Diego that have filed a lawsuit where this company has just disappeared. They're no longer responding to questions. Their website is no longer operational. The phone numbers changed, and the money's gone. And I bring this up because whether it's gold, we have clients, actually I just met with clients a couple of months ago, they had 2 real estate deals that they did 10 plus years ago, all gone. Hundreds of thousands of dollars invested, all gone. And people do these things trying to avoid the volatility of the stock market, and they end up costing themselves everything because they're sold a product that turns out to be not a good investment.
Well, be careful with what you do, definitely with your money, and hopefully you have somebody helping you, like Chase comes here and tries to help us. Thank you for being here. Always good to see you.
Good to see you as well.